Hey guys, it's Victor. I just want to quickly talk about relative deprivation. Now, it's something that I encountered and stumbled upon on this Malcolm Gladwell's David and Goliath book. And basically, relative deprivation is when what we have, like our financial wealth, food, material possessions, doesn't necessarily correlate to how we feel. Now, I won't say that I'm an expert, but it's definitely something that I've seen happen to many people in this world. And let's consider two people, person A and person B. Let's say person A, makes a median, income of, let's say, $60,000 per year, but they live in an affluent neighborhood where, everyone around them, is making, 100K, 200K, more than double what person A is making. Now let's consider person B. Maybe they're in a different country, and their the income and they making, let's say, $10,000 a year. That's substantially less than what person A makes, and objectively, living with $10,000 a year means that you're living in far worse conditions than if you're living in $60,000 a year, right? The housing you're living in is probably quite poor. You might not be eating whatever you want to eat, and so from the outset, we can say that person B, with 10K a year, is almost, lives objectively worse conditions. But consider how they feel. Person B is making that lesser income, but, because they're in this, let's say, in a third world country or in a poorer country, they're surrounded with similar people who are making similar levels of income and going through similar struggles. Now, there have been multiple studies that have shown that person B, who makes a lesser income, actually feels more happy or less sad than person A. And it's because how we feel is highly relative. If people around us are also struggling, then your personal struggle feels much less worse. Whereas even if you were, let's say, living a comfortable life, if everyone around you was living a much more comfortable life, you might start feeling jealous and, inadequate. And again, this is present in so many different areas. You can see it, let's say, in even with happiness levels, right? Even in happy countries such as Denmark, Switzerland, the suicide rates are actually much higher than in countries where people feel more sad. And it's because, when you feel sad and everyone around you is sad, it's sort of almost normal. You don't feel like an outlier. Whereas if you're sad in, let's say, a happy country, then all of a sudden that sadness is elevated. And so you have, higher levels of suicide in those countries. Again, I'm no expert. This is just something that I thought off the top of my head after reading a small snippet in that book. I think it was first sort of coined by a sociologist who studied how people felt in the army or in World War II.